Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. First and foremost, let's get over what happened on the stream. For those of you that are watching the watch along, apologies, I have no idea what went down. On Twitch, everything was working as normal. On YouTube, I don't know what went down. So apologies for that. I'll look into it and make sure that for the Zenit St. Petersburg game, we won't have those issues reoccur. Unfortunately, it meant on YouTube that for the second half, pretty much, you got a green screen. And I don't know where that came from. It wasn't from my software. On Twitch, everything was fine. So, very, very weird circumstance. However, on Twitch, everything went smoothly. If you managed to watch the rest, then fantastic. Do follow me on Twitch, just in case those things do pop up. But also, I will be upping the content on my Twitch channel as well during midweek when there's no games, where we can just do some other things, play FIFA, play other games, have a discussion, little Q&As, all that sort of thing I will be doing. So make sure you follow me on Twitch, link in the description. It's Younes Talks Football on there. Thank you all so much. Let's get into this. Before we do though, I want to let you guys know today's video is brought to you and sponsored by the OneFootball app. Yes, everything you need to know in relation to your team, your league, your country, your footballing needs, your transfer news, your other news, your statistics, your player statistics, team statistics, whatever you need to know, you'll find it in the OneFootball app. Make sure you download the OneFootball app, link in the description. Let's get into this fantastic result. Fantastic result. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 0. I thought I was going to get my prediction absolutely spot on. And then Lukaku decided to show up, which helps me because on my fantasy team, I've got Lukaku as captain. And he's bagged in too today, so I am happy. He's definitely made amends for me not picking Ronaldo as captain, even though I've got Ronaldo on my team as well. So happy days for me. But Lukaku, what a show from him. And KOVACIC, what a show from him. Today was the KOVACIC and Lukaku show. Let's have it right. In terms of being able to score goals, being able to assist, being able to have the most impact, those two players were flawless for us today. In a game where we saw rotation, where we saw new things, where we saw different combinations, where we had players rested, where we had all those sort of different circumstances. And at times during that game, it looked like it was possibly going to go against us, but we managed to claw it out the bag. And that is what great teams do. That is what separates the good teams from the great teams, is where you're able to adapt to those sort of circumstances and come up with a very, very good result like today. 3-0 at home against a good Aston Villa side is fantastic, with a team that had heavy rotation, new combinations, a debut, Alonso as captain. I mean, flipping hell, was unbelievable. In terms of the starting lineup, we had Edouard Mendy, Chalobah, Silva and Rudiger as the back three. That's a back three that have never played together before. Let's have it right. Right? I expected Christensen, not Thiago Silva. Chalobah I expected if we were going to go with Azpilicueta at right wing back. We didn't even go with that. We went with Hudson-Odoi at right wing back. Alonso at left wing back is what I expected, but what we didn't expect was Alonso as captain. Where did that come from? In midfield, I expected the Saul debut, but I didn't expect KOVACIC to be the one alongside him, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't think those two work together. And I think today was more the case of Saul having a bad game rather than that combination not working, because KOVACIC had a fantastic performance. Fantastic. And the front three, we had Ziyech, Havertz and Lukaku up top, which meant Mason Mount was rested. Werner didn't feature up until the latter stages of the game. We had good rotation. But when you're putting that into context, in terms of that as the first 11, or as the starting 11, you've got to understand there's some new things there, and you're not going to hit the ground flying just, all of a sudden, because that's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of adaptation. And you saw that in example of Saul. Let's talk about Saul for a sec, before we get into all the nitty gritty of the game and the goals and all of that. I want to mention, I'm not going to criticise him heavily, because it's his debut. He's come from La Liga. You could see that the main mistake that he was making was taking too much time on the ball. And that is, unfortunately, something that he's brought with him from La Liga. Because in La Liga, you have that time. In the Premier League, you don't have that time. Simple as that. You don't have it. While you're looking at a player like a Lukaku, who's come back to Chelsea and adapted, is because he knows what the Premier League is about. You're looking at a Ronaldo that's come back to United and he's just hit the ground running, getting goals like it's nothing. Why? Because he knows what the Premier League is about. When you're bringing someone in from a La Liga, not even a Bundesliga, because I feel like a Bundesliga has a bit of pace to it. La Liga is slower. And Saul needs time to adapt to that. Now, what I can say is what I'll criticise him for is, for example, the mistake where he literally gave it to, who was it? Was it Danny Ings? But he literally gave it to an Aston Villa player on a plate right in front of him. Like, I don't care who you play for. You could play for Flamengo in Brazil, as far as I'm concerned. Or you could play for, I don't know, some South Korean team. With all due respect, you're not doing that. Regardless what level, you do not pass to your opponent who's right in front of you. You just don't. Yeah, you learn that at school. So, there's little things like that. But I'll cut him some slack. He played 45 minutes. He came off and the game changed. But let's get into that, because whilst we had that starting 11 on the pitch, we had a fantastic impact in terms of the first goal. 15 minutes in, again, just like against Arsenal. Lukaku needed 15 minutes for this game. Lukaku needed 15 minutes. Ronaldo needed 45 earlier on, just saying. Meanwhile, at Crystal Palace, he needed, 27 seconds. But anyway, look, Lukaku, 15 minutes in, fantastic finish. And what a ball from KOVACIC. What a ball from KOVACIc. Being able to bend it around the defence, right onto Lukaku's path. Lukaku doing, I have to say, what reminded me of Didier. It reminded me of Didier. The way that he managed to, bluff the defender, make it look like he was going to take the shot, take a dummy, cut back in, send the defender back to Aston Villa, back to Birmingham, first class on a train, Midlands Express, and then slots it in right in between the keeper's leg, if I'm not mistaken, or it was just a low shot down, driven into the net. And a fantastic goal. 1-0 to Chelsea. And that set us into a nice rhythm at that point. At that point, we were in a nice rhythm. Why? Because we had the upper hand. At that point, Aston Villa couldn't sit back. They had to try and come at us. And they did. Fair play to Aston Villa, because the latter stages of the first half, you could really see Aston Villa were pushing. They had chances. And you got to give your plaudits to Edouard Mendy. Edouard Mendy today, you have to say, after KOVACIc and Lukaku now, because he bagged 2, man of the match. If there's 3 players that I have to say, Mendy, KOVACIc and Lukaku. Those are the 3. Alonso as well. I feel like Alonso had a good game. But Mendy saved us on a few occasions, especially in that first half. Because there were chances from Tyrone Mings, there were chances from Danny Ings, from Watkins especially. And Edouard Mendy was there for every single one. Every single one. Cat-like reflexes. Petr Cech, what an absolute fantastic scout. What a great buy. Fantastic. Edouard Mendy, best goalkeeper in the world. I don't care. There's a bit of bias there anyway. But fantastic saves. And he deserves all the credit in the world, because he kept us in the game. And that gave us some breathing space, because when we went into the second half, Tuchel took immediate action. He saw Saul was struggling, took him off, brought on Jorginho. Boom. Stability. We got stability. And this is why I wasn't worried. For those of you that are watching the watch-along, or, as you could, at least on YouTube, and then you watched on Twitch, I was saying, after that first half, I'm confident, because look at the options we have on the bench. We have a Jorginho, we have an Azpilicueta, we have a Mason Mount, we have a Timo Werner. We have players that we do normally feature in our first team that can come on and just bring a little bit of stability to the team. Christensen included, so I wasn't worried. I knew if we had to, we could go to them and give ourselves some stability. And we done that. Jorginho came on, and look how much, stability we got in midfield after that. KOVACIc looked like he had free roam after that. And he did. And Jorginho was being able to move the ball as he normally does, and get into those fantastic positions and move the ball quicker, which is what we needed in order to keep Aston Villa off the ball for certain periods of the game. And we managed to have an immediate impact. Yes, defensive mistake from Aston Villa, very poor mistake, but KOVACIc was there to completely suss it out, and he read it like a book in a fantastic way, manages to get the defender under pressure, capitalises on the mistake, slots it into the bottom corner, post and in, and it's 2-0, and at that point, game wrapped up. Game wrapped up. You just knew that Aston Villa were not going to score after going 2-0 up, and we needed that goal to kill off the game, and we did kill off the game. And this is why I'm happy, because we're looking clinical now. Do you realise we're looking clinical? It's not a case of missing chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. It's a case of when the chance comes, we're putting it in the net. And that's what we need. And that is what you need to win the title. You need to be clinical. And we have it. It looks like we have it. KOVACIc scoring goals now. It looks like we have it. Moving on into the game, we had the goal in the last few moments of the game in stoppage time, where Lukaku with a fantastic finish. Fantastic finish. Ball comes across from Azpilicueta, who manages to get past his man, finds the space, brings it over to Lukaku. Lukaku, one touch, left foot, top corner, pretty much. It was a bit more narrow. But anyway, smashes it into the roof of the net. Great finish. Moves over to the corner flag. Bob's your uncle. Didier Drogba tribute. Thank you very much. And it's 3-0. And we are joint top of the league with Manchester United. So I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. Yes, there were moments in that game, as we've mentioned, where some players didn't have good moments. But overall, I felt like there was enough quality and enough contribution from the players that did have a good game in order to have the impact. And we had it. If we're going to pick out some names that I feel like deserve the mention, as I've already mentioned, Edouard Mendy deserves it. Absolutely. Clawed us out of a hole a few times. Fair play to him. Alonso on that left-hand side looked fantastic. And you could see that's why Aston Villa were focusing more on their left-hand side, which was our right-hand side, because they knew on that left-hand side they weren't getting past Alonso or Rudiger. Whereas on the other side, they had Hudson-Odoi and Chalobah to deal with. I felt like Chalobah had a good game. Hudson-Odoi a little bit shaky. And then he had the opportunity to move into a forward position after Havertz came off. And even then, it's just that final product with him. It's that final decision. He takes long on the ball sometimes, long to make a decision. And sometimes, you know, in terms of getting past a player, he does it. And then it's like, take the shot. No. Make the pass. No. Take the shot. No. It's like make a decision. Just make a choice. He doesn't do that quick enough. And then he got brought off. Timo Werner came on, had a good impact. Not enough minutes, but had good impact. However, Edouard Mendy, Alonso, fair play to him. However, Kovacic and Romelu Lukaku, absolutely flawless. Lukaku with 2 goals, great contribution, was a beast up top, a complete nuisance for the Aston Villa back line. Kovacic was just everywhere. That Bugs Bunny, he was here, he was there, he was there, he was here, he was there, he's everywhere. And he done brilliant in terms of the assist, in terms of the goal, in terms of his defensive duties, in terms of his offensive duties. Everything he done was flawless today, and rightfully so, he got man of the match. Lukaku getting the second goal after that man of the match was declared, though, might, you know, put things into the balance. Maybe 50-50. Maybe they share it. But look, we got a 3-0 result. And if I have to give one more compliment, it's to Thomas Tuchel. Because he's come out of this with a team that he doesn't normally play together in terms of the starting 11. They got a result. We brought on players that were rested. So he managed to rest players with a heavy schedule coming out. Players that didn't play and got rest. He's managed to completely rest them like a Mason Mount and a Christensen. So fair play. We've managed to get Lukaku to score 2. We've managed to have some good stability in that second half. We've had a good result. 3-0, winners, top of the league. Didn't concede. His man management was fantastic. Happy days, man. Thomas Tuchel is, as well, just like some of the other lads today, flawless. Absolutely flawless. So, you know, just like that Aston Villa player that came on, Nakamba, I think his name was. His first name is Marvellous. What a fantastic first name that is. But that sums up Chelsea's performance today. Marvellous. And Thomas Tuchel's decision-making, his man management, his tactics, marvellous. So, Chelsea today are marvellous. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the display. My prediction was in the mud because I said 2-0, but we got 3-0 and it means we're top of the league. So I'm happy. I'll happily take that. But we still get a nice, comfortable win. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. Chelsea are now joint top of the league with Manchester United. Liverpool can join us if they score 3 against Leeds, which is unlikely, but it's possible. So we'll see what happens. But it's looking good right now. It's looking very, very good. So let's keep it going game by game. We've got Zenit St. Petersburg in the Champions League midweek. And then we've got Tottenham next weekend. And then we've got Aston Villa Carabao Cup in midweek. And then we've got Man City on the weekend after that. And then we've got Juventus midweek in the Champions League. It's going to get crazy now for September. So let's hope we hit the ground running and we hope we get good results. So thank you all so much. I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. And then we look forward to Zenit St. Petersburg. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.